The timeless breath and tangled ties. The timeless breath is the sacred whisper's greatest gift for revealing the essence of love. Its purpose is to sweep aside the fog of judgment entirely. Judgment clings to yesterday's echoes, drawing from faded memories to weigh the present. Without those shadows, judgment crumbles. You'd find nothing clear enough to measure. You'd hesitate to size anything up, realizing the meaning of it all escapes you. This unnerves you because you've been taught that without the self's loud voice, everything would spiral into disorder. But I promise you, strip that voice away, and all that remains is love. The self leans hard on yesterday, using it to carve out your wants and sketch plans to chase them on your own terms. We've noted before, to ration love to only some of the divine's family is to invite a heavy shadow into your bonds, dimming their truth. When you pick and choose pieces of the whole to fill your hollow cravings, you're leaning on division to lift you up. How could that not summon unease? Division breeds that weight, and to seek rescue in it is to believe you stand apart. To feel apart is to carry that burden, for to see yourself solitary is to challenge the seamless unity of the divine and its kin. Striking at the heart of what's real, you can't cherry-pick reality and still grasp love's depth. If you love in ways the divine, whose love knows no favorites, wouldn't recognize, how could you fathom it? To think a cherished few, with their exclusive affection, could save you is to bet on division as your deliverance. But true freedom rests in the leveling grace of renewal, where all stand equal. The past whispers otherwise, pointing to favored traits among the divine's kin that promise more than others. Yet the timeless breath hums a different tune. It's not so. Because of that lurking shadow, every cherished bond carries a thread of fear. That's why they twist and turn so often. They're not rooted in steady love alone. Where fear creeps in, love wavers, unsteady and imperfect. The sacred whisper, as the translator of your tangled creations, takes these bonds you've tied to the self and turns them into pathways to light. Under its guidance, every connection becomes a lesson in love's reach. The sacred whisper sees. No one is favored, yet it knows you've woven these special ties, and rather than unravel them, it seeks to cleanse them. However murky your reasons for spinning them, it can lift away fear as far as you'll allow. Entrust any bond to its care, and with your willingness to serve only its purpose, pain won't follow. The shadow in them comes from your grasping, the love flows from its touch. Don't cling to fleeting wants that would fray the tie. Only true need is the whisper's own. A bond you'd swap for another hasn't been handed to the sacred whisper to reshape. Love has no stand-in. Trying to trade one shade of it for another, valuing this piece less, that one more, you've split them apart and diminished both. You've already turned that judgment inward, or you'd never have imagined your kin could fill a void you saw in yourself. Only by feeling love-starved could you see them as equally wanting. The self's way with bonds is so fractured it often goes further. One sliver of a trait fits its whims, while it plucks different shards from elsewhere. It stitches reality into a patchwork quilt of its own fancy, handing you a vision that mirrors nothing true. Neither sky nor soil holds its likeness, so no matter how you hunt for its substance, it slips away. It's not there. Every soul here has spun these favored threads, though they don't exist above. The sacred whisper knows how to weave a hint of the eternal into them. In the timeless breath, no one stands out. Your private hungers don't twist your kin into strangers. Free of yesterday's lens, you'd see them as one with you. No gaps between. In that breath, each bond reveals what it could be when only the now shines through. The divine knows you as you are. It holds no memory, always seeing you as it does now. The timeless breath mirrors this by pulling your gaze from the past, dissolving the frame you've built to size up your kin. Once that fades, the sacred whisper offers its own lens, simply the divine. Its eternity lives there alone. In that clear moment, unburdened by history, you find love within. No need to snatch it guiltily from outside. Every bond glows in the timeless breath, its blessing boundless. The divine's family rises together, and in your shared embrace, they become one to you. Love's meaning is what the divine breathed into it, twisted otherwise, and it slips beyond grasp. The divine cherishes every soul as it does you, no more, no less. It needs them all, as do you. In time, you've been urged to share wonders as guided, letting the sacred whisper draw seekers to you. But in the timeless breath, you touch the divine directly, and all kin join through the guide. United in the guide, no separation lingers, for the guide is the core the divine's family shares, as the divine shares itself with the guide. Could you weigh the divine's essence? It crafted that essence beyond measure, born of its urge to spread love. With love in you, your only need is to pass it on. In the timeless breath, needs don't clash, there's just one. It stretches to the eternal, to the divine's heart, where love alone holds meaning and can be known. The timeless breath and divine order. You can't tilt one bond above another without feeling the sting. Nor can you curse part of a tie and find calm within it. The sacred whisper teaches that all bonds are whole promises, yet they never collide. Trust in each to fill you springs only from trust in yourself, a trust guilt blocks. That shadow lingers if you entertain the notion and cling to it, that you can reshape a soul into what it isn't to suit you. Your faith in yourself falters, because you won't see perfect love within, so you hunt outside for what can't be found there. I offer my steady trust in you, easing your doubts, but my trust embraces all your kin too, or it'd be a half gift. In the timeless breath, we share faith in the divine's family, seeing their worth together, and in that reverence, we can't question their sanctity. So we love them. Division fades as sanctity spreads. Sanctity is strength, growing as it's shared. If you chase fulfillment by feeding your wants as you see them, you must think strength comes from another's loss, your gain, their lack. Weakness fuels that belief. Yet there's a truer way to see bonds, one that sheds the idea of lost power entirely. You don't doubt that when another calls to the divine for love, your call holds firm. Nor do you think their answer dims yours, rather, it hints at your own. You sense, however faintly, that the divine is a shared spark, its power swelling through connection. What's harder to swallow is that, like the divine, you're a spark. 2. Like it, you can give wholly, losing nothing, gaining all. Peace rests here, free of strife, in a scarce world. Love loses shape, and peace slips away. Gain and loss rule, blinding all to the perfect love inside. In the timeless breath, you see love's spark in you, tying it to the mind that lit it and won't let it go. Holding it close, there's no loss. This moment teaches you to cradle all your kin in your thoughts, not losing but completing. From this, giving flows, and that's love, natural under divine order. Here that order reigns, its laws alone true. The world's rules fade to nothing. When the divine's kin choose its ways gladly, they can't be chained. The moment they reject limits, they're free as the divine wills in the timeless breath. Nothing shifts that hasn't always been. Only the curtain over reality lifts. Nothing's new, yet the sense of the unshifting rushes in as time's veil parts. Those unacquainted with this unveiling, untouched by the pull into its light, can't trust love without fear. But the sacred whisper grants this trust. It offered it to me and I took it. Don't fear this moment will pass you by. I didn't refuse it. Through me, the whisper shares it with you as you'll share it. Let no want you chase hide your need for this. In that breath, you'll see the one need all the divine's kin share. And in knowing it, you'll join me in giving what's sought. Peace arrives through us. Join me in peace's spark, for thoughts connect minds. If you'd give as the divine does, you'll grasp your essence. Love's meaning lies there, in the mind alone. Wisdom is of the mind, its terms within. Were you not a thought fully so, you couldn't commune with all that is. While you rather be something else, or both something and nothing, you'll forget the tongue of connection you know by heart dot in the timeless breath. The divine is recalled, and with it, the speech uniting all your kin. Truth and connection rise together. No one's left out here, the past's gone, and with it, every root of exclusion. This lets your source, and that of all kin, fill your awareness. The divine and its strength claim their place in you, sparking full communion of thoughts. Through this, you'll learn what you are, tracing the divine's nature and its creation alongside it. The fruitless offering beyond the frail pull of favored affection lies a deeper call. The divine yearning for its kin masked by that shallow lure. No other love satisfies, for no other exists. Whole and pure, it seeks nothing, offering all. To all within it. The self can't join this dance. Every bond it shapes is prize for gain. The self builds ties to take, binding the giver with a shadowed leash. It can't touch any bond without a spark of rage, believing anger forges allies. It doesn't say this, it lives it. The self trusts it can seize and hold by casting blame. That's its lone draw, so faint it'd collapse if seen for what it is. It mimics love's pull, but to those who spot the leash, it holds no sway. Warped appeal of that shadow must be named. Made real by your belief, it demands clear sight. Pull back your stake and let it fade. No one drops what they prize. Its pull tempts only because you've not faced it, judging it in gloom. Bring it to light and you'll wonder why you craved it. You lose nothing by looking such blemish doesn't fit your sacred thoughts. The divine's chosen can't cling to this. The self labors to stoke and spread that shadow, veiling its cost. It preaches you escape what you cast on others. It wishes no one well, yet thrives on your faith and your exemption. It whispers, host it, and it'll aim its spite outward, shielding you. So it spins endless, fruitless ties, forged in rage, chasing one mad dream. The more fury you hurl, the safer you stand. This web tethers the divine's kin to that shadow, a chain the sacred. Whisper would snap from their sacred minds. It doesn't suit the divine's chosen, who can't harbor the self. For their freedom, and in the name of the one who frees them, let's peer at the self's tangled bonds. Let the whisper judge them true. Look, and you'll offer them up gladly. What it crafts from them you can't guess, but you'll want to know if you first see what you've made. Every self-spun tie hinges on this. By giving itself up, it grows. This offering, hailed as cleansing, fuels its quiet bitterness. It'd rather strike outright than delay its aim. Yet it bows to its own truth. Knowing raw force isn't love. Making others heavy with blame is its strike, though it hides as less. The burden expect blows inviting them. They're drawn and dot in these warped dances. What you'd shun pulls harder than what you seek. Each thinks they've lost to the other, resenting it, yet that's their aim. They don't love the other, but the act of giving up. For this, demanded of themselves, they demand the other bear the weight and give too. Release becomes impossible. The self insists forgiving loses the other. Only relentless blame keeps the tie, holding it fast out to the self. Ties mean closeness. Of flesh alone. It doesn't care where thoughts roam bodies suffice. As long as one's there to take its offering, it's content. Thoughts stay locked away. Only flesh unites. Ideas matter only as they draw bodies near or push them off. What binds through blame is worthy. What frees it is flawed. For without that weight, the self fears flesh can't speak, and the other slips away. Pain and loss are the self's gifts to every bond. Those joined at its shrine take them as union's cost. And they're bitter. Pacts, born of loneliness's dread, yet wed to its reign. Each eases their shadow by heaping it on the other. Each sees attack in the other subtle or hidden, always demanding loss. Their fury outstrips your grasp, for the self's true want escapes you. Anger marks a bond the self has blessed its seal. It wears many masks, but those who learn. Love casts no shadow see through it. What carries weight isn't love, it's rage. Anger seeks only to burden the self's soul stake in favored ties. While you align with it, that weight tempts. Yet know this, flesh beside you isn't connection. The leaving it is stirs guilt over true speaking, making you fear the sacred whisper's call to share. The whisper can't teach through dread. How? Could it reach you if you think sharing leaves you alone? It's mad to believe speaking strands you, yet many do. They guard their thoughts, fearing loss, while flesh stays close, keeping minds apart. Flesh becomes their frail bridge, unable to forgive. It follows the mind's lead, the lie of flesh's reign. Easing loneliness is the self's ploy to stand alone. While you trust flesh as company, you'll trap your kin there, bound by that. Shadow, you'll see safety in weight and risk in sharing. The self insists loneliness bows to blame, and sharing births it a lesson, though wild. Many hold out release lies in sharing, as ruin lies in blame. The sacred whisper's task is to show those who fear speaking that it's their freedom. It will, for the divine strength in it and you forms a bond so pure it shrugs off even this dread dot in the timeless breath. The impossible bloom's plain guilt loses its pull as sharing returns. Its sole aim to block connection fades. Here, no secrets linger, no thoughts hide. The will to share draws it near, banishing loneliness wholly. Forgiveness reigns with no urge to shut anyone out from your wholeness. A sudden glimpse of their worth in it. In your fullness's shield, all are welcomed. You see your wholeness as the divine's, whose lone need is your completion, for it completes the divine in your knowing. Here, you feel yourself as crafted, as you adopt the one true bond, but timeless breath doesn't erase learning's need. The sacred whisper remains your guide till that breath stretches past time. For such a task, it bends all here to freedom. It seizes every flicker of your will to learn truth's shape. Swift to use what you offer, its care knows no bounds. Facing your dread of release, which it sees as keenly as it knows release is freedom, it teaches that forgiveness isn't loss, but your rescue. In full forgiveness, seeing nothing to release, you're wholly free. Hear it gladly, you need know. Favored ties, you seek in them what you've tossed aside. Through them, you'll never know the worth of what you've shed yet crave. Let's make the timeless breath all there is, wanting only that. The divine's kin need your strive for this beyond measure. See the need the divine and its kin share and will to meet. You're not alone, the will of all crafted calls you to share yours. Turn peacefully from shadow to the divine in them. Link only with what won't leave you, nor you it. The divine's kin's loneliness is the divine's own. Don't shun your wholeness's call or seek it alone. Fear not entrusting redemption to the guide's love, it won't falter, born of the unfailing. Your sense of lack is just a misstep in who you are. The divine's chosen can't fail nothing they will is barred. You're ever in a bond so sacred it beckons all from loneliness to join your love. Where you stand, I'll seek and find you. Ponder this. The divine gave you its family to secure your perfect making. This was its gift sharing itself, it shared its craft. All ever made is yours. Your bonds span the cosmos, far beyond the fleeting forms you see. United in the divine through the guide, they echo their source. The guide knows no split from the divine his one bond, giving as the divine gives him. The sacred whisper is the divine's bid to free you from what it doesn't grasp. From its source, it will triumph. It asks you to answer as the divine does, teaching what you don't see. The divine meets every need in any shape, keeping this channel wide for its voice to you and yours to it. It doesn't share your struggle to speak you alone find it real. The whisper knows it's not, yet grasps it because you shaped it dot, and the whisper lies what the divine can't know and you don't fathom. Its sacred task unites them, dissolving discord into one. It does so by its role. Leave the impossible to it, it's the divine's will. Let the one whose wisdom is purely divine show your relationship's sole truth. The divine shaped the only bond that matters. It's tie to you.